It's the top of the hour. You're watching the Weather Channel live from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm Gene Rubin. The snow continues to fly in the mountains of North Carolina, eastern mountains of Tennessee, into Virginia this evening. And some of the heavier amounts we received here are reports that we received here at the Weather Channel. Mount Mitchell and Grandfather Mountain, both above 5,000 feet in the north central mountains of North Carolina, received about 3 to 5 inches of snow, maybe another 1 to 3 inches before the night is over. And that rain and that snow is moving up the east coast. Could be another good nor'easter, the second one in just a 3-day period. But things are going to improve in the east, and we'll show you that right now. We'll show you what has been going on and what will change. Moisture coming in from the Atlantic Ocean, which you see here in the dark green, some heavier rains breaking out around Richmond and Roanoke. Rain mixed with snow around Patuxent River, Maryland. Washington, D.C. reporting just some light rain right now. I'm sure in the higher elevations as you move into the mountains of West Virginia, above 4,000 feet, we're talking mostly snow at this hour. Beckley is reporting some light snow. But the system's going to get its act together and start to produce some heavier amounts of precipitation in the east. And we'll show you how much those amounts are, or how high those amounts are at least. Through 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, we're looking at amounts in the darker red, about 3 to 6 inches. The western suburbs of Washington, back over to Baltimore, into western Maryland, we'll say, up to the Catskills in New York State. In the higher elevations, closer to 6 inches. If you're closer to the coast, probably lesser amounts on the lower elevation. So it really depends on what your elevation is, because the air near the surface is pretty warm, but you go up a few hundred feet or a few thousand feet, it chills down just enough to produce some of that heavier snowfall. As we look at the west right now, the west has been the best, but the ridge is breaking down. It's going to move off the coast and develop and bring the heavier snows all the way to Boston by tomorrow night at this time. You see that low pressure area in the frontal system bringing the light rains into the coast.
Travel problems here. We're also looking at some wet weather moving into the northwest. Behind our front, that's going to mean wet weather, even some thunderstorm activities we're seeing in parts of Oregon. And look out for the snow, of course. Dallas and New Orleans and Atlanta, looking at some glorious temperatures here. Well, it's time now to take a look at our good evening.
New Jersey could be some treacherous traveling problems, especially away from the ocean and some of the higher elevations, so plan that accordingly tomorrow morning. Here it is, rush hour tomorrow. Also, the leftover storm, the first storm, still causing some slick roadways in parts of northern Maine especially. And for the rest of Tuesday, again, snowy travel in the northeast and in the Cascades of Oregon and Washington, where some light snow will fall. Through morning rush hour, a little bit of light rain causing some slick roadways in Missouri and in the Carolinas and parts of Virginia. No windy travel expected.